So I was talking to my mother earlier today, and she said, life is like one long episode of waking up. Like waking up and realizing something. It's figuratively speaking, waking up. Like you could wake up right now at whatever time it is, not from a slumber, but like become aware of something, discover something, unearth something, whether it's for the first time or the millionth time. Because for me and lots of us, we discover the same things over and over again, or we run into the same situations over and over again because typically there's like something there that's not finished. We haven't resolved something. If it is something like you're in a relationship pattern, either with the same person or with different people, and you keep coming up against the same problem, obviously something has not been resolved. It would be like, for example, to put it into like an everyday scenario, to have your refrigerator thermostat be broken and the refrigerator is not cooling things anymore, but you keep putting perishable items in there and then wondering why your food is going rotten, very quickly. Because you have an unaddressed injury to the container. So, she said that. It's a long episode of waking up. And I heard somewhere else recently, it's a podcast maybe, or book, or something, I can't remember, but somebody said, life is just like, was it a horror movie? Or something dramatic, like a sad movie, or something like that, interrupted by commercial breaks of happiness. It feels like that sometimes. Then other times I'm like, no, I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm so good. If I didn't have to take up so much brain power figuring out and trying to manage my fucking moods, like, good Lord. Am I just becoming more aware of it, or is it getting worse? And why is it getting worse? Is it age? Was I always this fucking all over the place? Anyway, today was a fucking terrible day. One of those days where I'm just crying and crying and my face is all swollen and I can't fucking get it up. I can't give the people what they want. I can't be who I want to be. It's just a fucking chore. And I'm sad and I'm anxious and it feels like shaky. I was shaking on my way to the gym for my first class, the noon class. I was just in a fucking terrible mood. And I felt so bad. I was like, man, these people deserve better. But, people everywhere have issues like I do, or their own. And that's like the place where you go to let a lot of things out is at the gym. It just sucks when like you're also the coach. It's not like I'm standing up there crying. Like, you at least, I'll be honest with you. I just go to the bathroom, fucking boo-hoo it out for a second, and then you wipe your face and you go back out on the floor and you tell people what the fuck time it is. I feel embarrassed to say that because like I know some of the fellow coaches watch this and listen to this. And what are you like, oh my God, are you crying in the bathroom like all the time? No. I mean, over the 5 years that I've been there, I've cried in the bathroom, I don't know, or the parking lot. Well, no, don't get me started about the way there and back. But like on the premises, maybe a dozen times in 5 years. So it's not very often, but it's like sometimes I'm not done. I've not finished the cry. So when you're peeing and then you get startled or something, you can't just stop the flow. It's hard. So like not be quite ready to go inside, but I have to go inside because I work there and I love to be there and I want to be the best version of myself for the athletes so they can have their best hour of the day. I don't want them thinking about me. Like when I go around to say like, how are you doing? How's your body? That's why I don't usually say, how are you doing? Because people automatically say, good, how are you? I'm like, this is not about me. And I actually something I don't care how you're doing, like just tell me about your body. That's a thing it's for a lot of reasons. One, it's a much easier access point to get connected to somebody, or something that you'd be more likely to share as something about your body. Not like your weight and insecurities, but just like, how are you feeling? Are you sore? Are you tired? What have you been doing? Did you come yesterday? You know, I ask a lot of those exploratory questions so that I know where you're at. So I know, like, do I need to push you? Do I need to back off? Do you need to scale something? Like, what do you need? I'm always, what do you need? 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 What the fuck do you need? It's so repetitive, but I love it. It's repetitive, but also different because I'm asking all these different people what they need. It's not one person all day, every day. It's like lots of people, and their answers are typically different. I mean, some people have like lingering issues, you know, like we all do. Why am I talking about this? This is not what's written on the board. Okay. Bad mood. Okay, here we are. Bad mood. So bad, in fact, I took an anti-anxiety pill before I walked into the gym to teach my first class. And that shit makes me tired. So I do a workout. By the time, but I'm also drinking an energy drink at the same time. That's not great. It's like a super low-key speedball. But, you know, I needed the anxiety to shut the fuck up because I couldn't turn it off. I take those, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times a year that are not for tattoo application. When I get tattooed, I take one. I've talked about that before. I fucking hate getting tattooed. Oh fuck, I got it. Anyway, so took one of those. Did a workout. It was time to coach, and I was like, oh man, my pillow's working so good because I don't care. But like, I care that I don't care. So I coached, and like, I just didn't have it, you know, I wasn't freaking out anymore, but I didn't have it like in me, you know? And Jurgen noticed that. God, I love him. Guys, listen, he's 20 years old. And I'm 40 years old. My mother was 20 when she had me. So it just reminds me, I am old enough to be his mother. I could legit be his mother. Like, 20 is young, but it's not like, you know, you're 12. Of course, you could reproduce at 12, but hopefully that's not happening to the majority of people. Certainly not anymore. Which I would like to bring that in, tie that in, your right to choose. This is gonna take several episodes. Okay, I'm having a bad day. Jurgen notices. And he reached out to me afterwards, and I don't know, what I see is what I got present to today, because I was so grateful that he reached out to me. And there's like, just, he has a male energy. Male, like, I feel like I want to take care of him like he's my son, but also fellow athlete, and fellow human, but he just he's a dude, and he's got that young boyish energy, and it's different than female energy. I am surrounded by girls. My children are girls. Like, my closest friends are girls. I don't know, Christina's a girl. Carolyn's a girl. I like all that. I love that. My mom, I was raised with my mom. I was not raised with a dad. And come to find out, as we have discovered over and over again for the last 40 years, it really fucks you up. The lack of male presence fucks me up. Fucked me up. And damaged me. And deprived me. So much so that I feel starved without it. And it's not just like my dad. There's just no other males. I don't have family. I am related to people, but no one is my family. If I get a flat tire, or like I'm in a car accident in the hospital, the only people coming to see me are my kids, my ex-husband, and Chris. And Christina would come. That's it. There's no family. I did not grow up in a unit of people who care for each other. And the only people who cared for me are women. So I search for it. And I have male friends and I appreciate them so much. But I also need the the comfort and affection from a male that doesn't need to be sexual. I mean, even between intimate partners, affection doesn't have to be sexual. You know, you could cuddle with someone, hug someone, lay on them, sleep, near them, and just snuggle with all your clothes on. But I can't do that. There's nobody that's acceptable to do that with. Because my friends, I'm not going to do that with Jurgen. He's 20. Also, I have a boyfriend. That's weird. And then my other male friends, it's the same thing. It's no, we're not related. It's we could have sex, so we can't snuggle. Yeah, basically, if you can have sex with someone, you can't snuggle with them. Is a rule I guess I have in my head. Because I'll tell you fucking what, on the opposite end, you can't be fucking snuggling no bitches unless that's your mother or your aunt. I don't even want a cousin up in there. Come on, be appropriate. See? It's all jealousy. It's all jealousy. No, it's all envy. No, jealousy. Sorry, jealousy is when you have something and you're afraid someone's going to take it from you. I'm so fucked up about dudes. Men. Is it just because I'm 40 and I've realized, duh, you've just been dealing with the same thing since forever. You have to, yep. Fuck. I'll tell you, there are times I'm so fascinated with my brain that I'll listen back to these and be wow, that's really interesting. What an experience it is to be who you are and come up with these fucking thoughts. Boy, some of the stuff that you say is pretty good. And other times, I wish I could take a skewer and put it in my fucking head so that no more thoughts happen. This is not a suicidal ideation. I don't dream about it. I'm not going to do it. I think that would hurt really bad. I don't think a skewer would actually go through my head anyway. I'm just saying, I have these ideas of what would it be like if I was? And then I try to think of something worse. I was watching a TikTok of this guy who's schizophrenic and he's an artist and he draws the hallucinations that he sees and it fucking blew my mind. I was well, that's fucking worse. Seeing hallucinations of faces and hearing voices, creepy shit all the fucking time. Thank baby Jesus, the Lord, and Hare Krishna that I am not schizophrenic. At least I'm only depressed, anxious, and dealing with grief. It's just sometimes the sunny side of the street is so far away. Sometimes the sunny side of the street that I'm always trying to get to is oh, there's no traffic and I can just hop, skip, jump, jaywalk right over there. And other times there's construction and a car accident and all kinds of traffic and rubberneckers who are making the traffic even worse. And it's raining outside. And I'm just over here oh, I just want to get over there. I know I can get over there. I try to get over. Don't fall all the way down. Don't fall all the way down. Don't fall down into the manhole, into the darkness, into the depression. Don't go in the pit. Don't go in the pit. Don't go in the pit. So trying to get out. But it's just when you're fighting a cold sometimes. Sometimes it behooves you to try and fight it off. Load up on that vitamin C, rest a little bit, get some, my mother would always say, she would still say it. Did you take an E-pill? Echinacea. It's just to boost your immune system, and sometimes you fight that cold and it doesn't attack you, or at least it doesn't attack you fully. And then other times, you just need to fucking give in and get in bed and be sick for a couple of days. Be in the fucking hole for a couple of days. Because apparently there's something down there that you must need. Or I'm making that up to make myself feel better. I can't tell. It's exhausting. It's exhausting to be so self-centered and not be able to control my thoughts. I was listening to Jay Shetty has a book called Think Like a Monk. When was I was listening to it driving to or walking. Oh no, I was running. That's right. I was like, I know I was by myself and I was outside. I was running. And he was doing a meditation. And one of the things he said several times was, let my mind be my friend. Let my mind be my friend. Let my mind be my friend. And I was like, fucking blown away. It's like if you had a genie with the 3 wishes, it's not something I would typically would even think of. I would say, I would make the mistake and say, I want to be happy. What does that even mean? It's more useful to let your mind be your friend. Because a lot of times it's the enemy. And when my mind is my enemy, ooh, is that when I make other people the enemy too? Because I'm just fighting? Like, you're wrong. All the things that you're thinking, Jessica, are wrong. Which means if you're trying to trick yourself, probably everybody else is trying to trick you too. Everyone's the enemy. So in order to not make other people the enemy, I have to be okay with myself. Let my mind be my friend. See myself in a loving way. And have compassion for myself. Well, fuck. Okay. Okay.